Can't get a game. Shit, I got some change on me. Look into my eyes, moving it right. I might just pay the fee. She's cash please. Yeah. She got a way of making the block freeze. Cash please. Yeah. Can't get a game. Shit, I got some change on me. Look into my eyes, moving it right. I might just pay the fee. She's cash please.
And we're back. Man, welcome back to the second season of 1.0. This is the first episode, y'all, and we're back. Coming back across the track once again, my friend. We walked on water, we walked on land. We got kings and queens that want to shake my hand. Who am I? The doctor. Say, man, the new season is on. We got new content. Tonight's show is it's going to be a mix of subjects, and since the last season, did a little living, got some new experiences and new things to talk about. So, the first subject is going to be: are you ready to come out of the shadow? You know, we've all been in somebody's shadow, either whether it was your parents, mom, dad. Maybe you looked up to your brother, sister. We've always been in somebody's shadow. And my own opinion is, um, it's only when you come out of the shadow that you really get to learn what you're made of and what you want to be made of. You know, you got to come up out of the shadow of, you know, we have friends, right? And example, it's a saying, when women go out together, it's always a ugly girl with them, and that ugly girl know who she is, and because she's considered that or whatever, the pretty girls that she hang out with might have less respect for her, meaning they might speak to her in a ill way because they feel like they doing her a favor, even letting her hang out with them. She get to hang with the pretty girl, and that's somewhat of a positive, supposedly, for that ugly girl. And she'll live in that shadow just to have friends. She'll be the ugly girl just to have friends. And some of them actually accept that position. When a guy come talk to the pretty girl, it's the ugly girl that jumps in the way. Hey, nigga. Yeah, she got a job. And as ridiculous as it sounds, you know that it's true. So is that a way to live in somebody else's shadow, being the ugly girl? I never thought somebody would volunteer to be the ugly girl in a situation, meaning being the lesser friend, because the pretty girl is pretty. Period. She might not be intelligent. She might be hood. She might be on stamps. She might be, living, living foul. But she the pretty girl, and automatically that give her a status over the ugly girl. But the ugly girl is educated. She cleans her house well. She maintains herself well. She speaks with a level of respect, and she has a bank account. She's not receiving any of the public assistance. Her car has all four good tires on it, all changed. And this is the ugly girl, supposedly. So if that same ugly girl just got off from under that shadow, then she'll see the value that I just spoke, the list that I just spoke of. She'll see the value of that. And then she'll begin to think that she's been, hoodwinked by hanging out with these friends, supposedly, that were, in her sense, worth being the ugly girl to hang out with. But only if you come up out of the shadow of these type of situations that you'll be able to see the light that's in you. If you're in the shade, how can the sunlight reach you? If you're in the shade of someone, how can the sunlight reach you? You pray, you go to church, you get to asking Jesus for this and that and that there, but you still in the shadow of somebody else, afraid to come into the light. If you're already the ugly girl, I mean, what are you afraid for us to see? You know, what we gonna say? What you already know? She sure is ugly. No, you don't have to. You don't have to live that because of the things that I named off. That don't sound like an ugly person to me. That sounds like a responsible person. That sounds like a person that made good choices and continue to make good choices. But because our choice of friends, that's how they'll judge you by something material or something physical, which we are absolutely spiritual beings. So that means we're out of line the first time that we have an opinion about somebody else. You are absolutely out of line because most likely what you're complaining about is something physical or something material, which is ridiculous that we make our choices and we choose our friends like that. So, me being a spokesman for the underdog, I'm calling on all you to step out of the shadow of these people, because most likely you are the best one out of the group. That's why they constantly beat you down or talk about you, talk behind your back, because you're not one of them. So if you are in a group of people where you're not supposed to be, you obviously don't fit, then you stick out. And when you stick out, you either draw positive or negative energy because you stick out. They're going to ask you questions. They're going to try to get in your business. They're going to try to see what they could find out to use against you. But you maintain the position of being in their shadow. So step out of their shadow. And those good things about you, they'll come to light. You won't have to try. You won't have to, what they call cloud chase. You won't have to do any of that because your light is constantly on. Now they can see you, you know. Now they can appreciate you as a friend because you're unappreciated. And it's because some sort of weird entitlement for people to have somebody who they feel is less than them around. They keep a bunch of them, just a whole crowd of people who they feel are less than. And it's because they don't want to feel less than. It's called beating you to the punch. And if they beat you to the punch and you take that position of being less than, whose fault is that? You can't be afraid to step out of the shadow and let who you are come to light. If you continue to live in somebody else's shadow, how can you call that living when your opinion is not your own? When what you like is, what someone else likes. How you behave is someone else's opinion of you, and you're afraid of that. And your need for a friend, whether it's a good one or not, is your curse. Now, I'm what you call, uh, what them young folks call introverted. And it's weird for me being an entertainer to be an introvert because I don't have a need to have friends. That's what my family supplied to me. Even though my brother is my brother, he's my good friend. Even though my sister is my sister, she's my good friend. Even though my mother is my mother, she's a good mother because we'll never be friends. That's the way, that's the level of, superiority, Yeah. Even though she'll listen to whatever I say or whatever, we ain't finna play dominoes together. My father is my father and he's my friend because he's a man. And at some point, you know, you got to start having that relationship. And that's the problem with us, the young men nowadays. They don't have that. A lot of them are angry at their dads because the story got crossed up. And he became the villain in the story. Even though that child lived with that mother and seen and heard and smelt, you know, somehow the story was still valid. But what I'm saying is that I never had a need to have friends like that. And you would think being an introvert that it's you lose something by that. But no, you don't. You actually gain that. You gain something by being that way. Because if I had a lot of friends, sure enough, I would have a lot of problems. If I had a lot of friends, sure enough, I would have to deal with a lot of opinions. If I had a lot of friends and they didn't have no money, surely I would join that group. So there's a lot of good things that come out of being an introvert. The main thing is that I never stood in the shadow. The people I looked up to, were on television, and the other people I looked up to were in my house. But back then, in the '70s and on up, there was a lot of light in the house, whole lot of talent, whole lot of competition in your own house, and it was healthy because the aim was, I ain't in nobody's shadow. I'm Dr.Shep. It's only one of me. And it's only one of me that could do what I do. And nobody's shadow is big enough to shade my light. Can you dig it? And you can say the same thing, just put your name in there. Don't be in nobody's shadow. One thing that the book says is that trust no man. And if you in his shadow, you trusting him. You out of line. Trust him. Why you trust when you couldn't know? That's a big saying of mine. Trust? Why do that when I can know? The only way you're going to know is to step out of whose ever shadow, of whatever shadow, and come on into the light. The water is good out here. And then you'll begin to not only recognize your power that you've been ignoring, trying to be a part of the crowd, staying in the shadow. You'll start recognizing your power and you'll like it. And then it'll start to build. Okay? You're not going to be lonely. You're not going to be shunned or anything like that. You're going to be getting with you and understanding that you are valuable to you. My other saying is that there's no friend like the friend that you could be to yourself. Because when it come down to it, people will be there for you. But sometimes there are just times where it's just you and you. No matter who gives you advice, no matter who gives you comfort, no, it's you with you. No matter how close they are to you, you still have to deal with you. And the way to do that is to start knowing who you are. Because if you're wearing the same orange hair, red hair, blonde hair, you're wearing the same eyelashes, you're half naked, you dig? You got all these different color fingernails and jewels on them and stuff like that there. How can I tell you from these shades, these shade tree motherfuckers? How can I tell you from them? If you are special, how can I tell? If you are talented, how can I tell? Because you hiding in the shade. The motherfuckers ain't half your standard. And then if you come out of the shade, it's like a domino effect. Whatever you have to offer the world, you over there chilling in the shade, man. People are dying from cancer, but you won't come out of the shade and be great as you are to get to that person that cures it. People have mental health problems, but you want rather offer your shit on TikTok than go and help those people that are waiting on you to come up out of the shade, bruh. See how that works? You're not just affecting yourself. It's like having the ability to stop something but standing by and watch. And it's you that it's happening to. That's a part of retardation I don't understand. But I urge you to come up out of the shade because we are in a different time. The things that worked 3 years ago are totally out. If you're still doing things that you were doing 3 years ago, come on, man. You need to go throw some water on your face because you still asleep. Wake up. If you're still hanging out with people who are not pushing you and supporting you as you do them, then quietly, peacefully, to the left. Walk on out. And in a way, you'll be getting out of the way of yourself. Get out yourself way, cuz. Cuz, get out yourself way, man. And come on out of them shadows, man. Them people, your light is in there. Big, small, or in between. You have a light of your own. Why would you want to be in the shadow of others? Why would you want to do what others do? It's old. After somebody do it, it's old. So y'all just gonna keep the old shit fresh. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Do it again. Do it. Do it. Do it. Yeah, that's how y'all is, man. But I dare y'all to come out of the shadow of foolishness. They not doing anything that new that you haven't seen before. So why you hanging around? I got an adventurous heart, man. I like to go out there. You know, after I've done something and it's beautiful and I see it, and some things you want to do again. But when you do them again, it's like watching a movie. If you enjoyed it like that, it's always gonna be something new that you missed. It's a good thing about that. But you got to come out of the shadows to even go and experience that. You know. But you'll jump on a cruise, you know, or get some ass cruise is what I call them. You know, come on back and act like ain't nothing happened. You ain't fooling me. You go do that with your friends. but you ain't really down with that. But you'll go do it with them instead of going somewhere that's peaceful and serene and what you really want to do. Burn some candles, go on the beach and have a beach fire and sit around and do what your heart desires instead of what the group desires. You dig? Come out of the shadow of that shit, man. We are too deep into things that are, let's say, that are just not predictable. We are in an unpredictable time in our lives. But the thing that you can be solid about is the action that you do, the moves that you make. Even though this world is unpredictable, don't you be. Now, predictable is where, people can read your move before you move, you know, because of your mindset. And why the word predictable is a word at all is because you're predictable. We're predictable peoples. And it had to be described. Because we basically do all the same thing. So why are you in somebody else's shadow and we all do the same shit? So come off from under the shadow of these friends, man, that you just hang out with because whatever reason. They're not good for your spirit. They're not good for your health. They're not good for your freedom in most cases, in a lot of cases. They're not good for the build of, what you got in your head because you're too busy bootlicking the shadow. Not knowing that you got the answer to anything that could be detrimental to more than just you and the shadow people. So step up out of the shadow. Begin to uh, uh, understand your powers. Because in my opinion, we don't have long to be this ignorant. We've been ignorant a while. Yeah, we've been ignorant for a minute. And I think the clock is running out on that. Foolishness, the foolishness level should be so low at this point. But look like when things got very serious, we got very foolish. And the worse things get, the more foolish we get. So come up out of the shadows, man. And I hope this reach somebody that understands completely what I'm talking about. If I was under somebody's shadow and didn't step out on my own 10 toes and 10 fingers and make my own move and set my own style and go work out because I want to look a certain. If I didn't do all that, Dr.Shep wouldn't be. If I put myself in a place where I'm coattailing for somebody, and I'm the man, but I'm coattailing somebody, that would make me look crazy because somebody else know just like I know that you have something in you. They knew it I had it in me too. I'm like, what the hell are you doing that for? Why are you over there? And you can't answer that question. And some people didn't want to answer that question because that would have to make you look at yourself. What's wrong with you? Where you have to be over there? I know you who you are because I seen you myself. Yeah. Come on up out of that shadow, man. You don't belong over there. Get your shit together. Come on up out of that shadow. It's good out here. You're melanated. The sun is good for you. You're in darkness of shadow all the time. What you think that's gonna make you? Kind of dark. Stop being weird. Come on up out of the shadow. So that was just part one of my little content tonight. There's so much stuff I want to talk about, man. We got things going on around the world. I like to keep up on what's happening because we all are involved. Um, I'm not sure, but I think we ought to be going and gathering provisions for ourselves for whatever is about to happen. I think we are in war. I really do because of all the movement that's going on around here, and it looks like something is getting ready to transpire, and it's going to affect all of us. So I try to put in my warning to people, not so much of as a warning, but a reminder to have everything that you need for at least a month if you can stack that, meaning food, water, first aid kits, generator, flashlights, and uh, any kind of non-perishable food. It's time to start getting ready for this here, people, because if you're looking around, if you're really paying attention, things are happening, and we are constantly just like living like um, nothing is going on. I remember back in school, they taught us this story about these birds that went extinct, and the reason they went extinct is because they didn't have any fear of human beings. It's called a dodo bird. So I got his name, dodo bird. And what would happen? The dodo bird would walk right up to you, and apparently it was good food. So they would whack them right in the head, and they did that until the dodo bird went extinct. So we've been whacked in our head with these lies about history, with these lies about what's what, religion, and all this stuff. Okay, now you know that. Now it's time to start getting smart and get ready for things. Now, what I just told you about is just not for something that's going to happen. It's for hurricane season is coming on us. And then I'm giving this information because there are a lot of single mothers now, and there's nobody around to help them or let them know that these things are needed if you are, you're doing the job of a two-parent job by yourself. So get batteries, get batteries, non-perishable food, water, as much water as you can. Okay, and if you can afford a generator, get you a generator because I don't know what specifically is going to happen, but I'm saying that it's a good possibility that something is going to happen because now they have Mr. Vladimir Putin on the run. His own army is turning against him. The UN is about to bring Ukraine into the UN. So if you are warring with Ukraine, you're going to be warring with the UN, meaning the US. So if that happens, because they're about to go and vote if Ukraine can come into um, NATO next week, as soon as next week. And Putin has his finger on the same nuclear button that we have over here. So this is as close to war as I've ever, experienced in my lifetime, and I'm finna be 52 years old. I never felt like something could happen that would actually affect us over here as I do today. COVID being my point. Never in a million years I thought that COVID would do what it did here, and they would blast it and use it to get people to put something in their arm that they don't really know what they put in their arm right today, but it's causing issues. I never would thought I would see some promote a practice like that of a whole nation of people, a whole world of people. That was amazing that they came up with something like that in a promotion like they did of it. I've never seen anybody pay somebody to go take any medicine. They got trials, where they pay people to try medicine and stuff like that. Yeah, they do that. But for a communicable disease, never. They didn't pay nobody to go get AIDS medicine. They didn't pay nobody to go get cancer medicine. They didn't pay nobody to go get typhoid, yellow fever, uh, the raccoon flu, the chicken flu, pig flu. They didn't pay for none of that shit. So with these events that's happening, I just feel like I think we're in shock more of we're just being ignorant. I think we're in shock. So it's time to come out of shock and start thinking, because that war might not happen, but something is happening, and it's happening right in front of our faces. Laws have changed. The Hispanics have uh, acted a fool over these laws that have changed on them, that making them difficult to be Americans, which they were Americans before they were Hispanic, or Mexicans, or they were Americans, and they got pushed back across the border. This place used to be most of them Texas and California specifically. So if that could happen sometime in history, and they say history does nothing but repeat itself, and if that is true, which it is, because there's nothing new up under the sun, you should start calling and foreseeing these issues. You should start preparing for these issues. We are not um, we are not in the good times of where we come from. We're not in Party City no more. You know, we're not even the people that we were 3 years ago. Everybody's angry or scared, or you know just on edge. Everybody's armed. We haven't. There's never been a time where it bypasses the 60s, and a lot of people were doing dope then. There's never been a time where so many people were on medicine. You know, mental health medicine, or this kind of medicine, or that kind of medicine. America is nothing but a pill house, a drug house, a trap house. Yeah, that's what we all here. And it's just time to start preparing yourself for what you've been numbed from so many years, so many decades. It's time to start seeing the play. Everything is high. Everything. But do you think that anybody's made any kind of move to even the financial gap in between what food costs now and the cost of living, or um, being paid to be able to afford that food and your utilities and your automobile and your medical and You know, food is higher than a car note now. I don't know what food was like on the list of things that are, prioritized. What's the most, what costs the most? The house would probably be first, you know, then the car, okay, then probably the light bill, then probably if you got a big place, it's up in the air if it's the water bill or the food. If you have children, then the list gets longer. Clothes, the food doubles. They don't pay you like that. They don't pay you, let's say, $13 compared to $25. The $13 if you single and you just coming out of college. The $25 would be if you got 5 kids. They don't pay you like that. You go in with 5 kids and you making the same money that the teenager just came out of college with no kids and making. That's ridiculous. And I was talking to a very, very good friend of mine today, and they have this program called the ACP program, Affordable Connectivity Program, and it's government backed. And that's where you can have your cell phone bill paid. You don't have to pay no cell phone bill, or you don't have to pay for home internet service, Wi-Fi. One or the other you could choose to spend the ACP uh, certificate on. And I started thinking to myself, why would the government think I need a goddamn cell phone or some Wi-Fi and I ain't got no food, or I ain't got no lights, or I'm behind on my rent? Why y'all didn't give us something to help us with those things that are very, very important? And I thought about it, and it's like because they want us to keep looking at the telephone. They want us to keep looking at the television. They want you to continue to stay distracted and shit. They say it's on us. Distraction for everybody. Samsung over here, iPhone over there, Xfinity for you, and AT&T for you. It's all free. You watching motherfucking new movies hungry than a motherfucker. All your lights go out. Or while you watching the movie, a motherfucker pulled up and took your car off because you behind on your. It's crazy. And then when you figure it out, that's what's going on, and you keep thinking that these people are not uh, intentionally making these moves against the society. So with that said, at least wake up for a few minutes to go get those provisions that you're gonna need. And even if you don't use them today, tomorrow, whatever, you will be prepared. That's the good thing about it. Something happens, you're not gonna have go run to Walmart and scramble and fight just to not find what you need. You can spend that time doing something else. So just keep that in mind. If you're listening tonight, just keep that in mind. Write that list down. Man, I don't know if y'all had seen over the weekend, 4th of July weekend. This is funny to me, and it's also serious. I try to do both, funny and serious. My main man, Ben and Jerry's, the ice cream company, 4th of July weekend, they put a tweet out, and it's it was very surprising for me, first of all, to see that. And what Ben and Jerry's them said was that basically uh, America is celebrating um, this Independence Day all the while celebrating on stolen land that they really need to give back to the indigenous people. And basically, he was like saying, black people, y'all constantly having barbecues and y'all celebrate, kind of like more than they do to, cause they stole y'all land and they give y'all firecrackers and barbecues and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, Ben and Jerry them got the fuck down. And this is the second time somebody then got down that wasn't of the melanated race. You did? Now, well, I take that back. Mexicans got melanin. I take that back. Okay? The Mexicans got down first. Hispanics got down first. In Florida, they said they wasn't going to work. Fuck y'all, we out of here. And they left. That's something we said that we were going to do. Now here is Mr. Ben and Jerry. Mr. Good Ass Ice Cream himself. I guess he'd have made enough money off people now. Because they're going to try to cancel him. But my thing is, when somebody comes out of that nature, a company, and to me, it wasn't being an opportunist for them to do so. George Floyd, them, all that happened a while back. Ben and Jerry's ain't said nothing, but everybody was saying something. Hell, the whole Black Lives Matter organization was birthed off the death of that man. So everybody was jumping on the bandwagon. Ben and Jerry them said nothing. Now, what I appreciate about it is they waited to say something while none of that was happening on a scale to where it was publicized on the news and all that. They came out and said it when I felt like was a good time, and to me, the statement was on point, absolutely on point. But white folks is hot as that. They real hot about it. They asked Ben and Jerry, "What do you want us to do? Go back to England?" Shit, that's a good idea to me. They got room, you know. Hell, the queen don't live in her room no more. Somebody can stay in there. I'm gonna get in trouble talking about the queen. Uh, yeah, but it's an opening over there. It's an opening over there. One of y'all can go and take her spot, you know. And if this war happens, it's gonna be a lot of openings. So y'all can go back over there. Hell, y'all gave Ukraine $400 billion. I'm pretty sure they're gonna build some apartments with some of that money. Y'all can go over there since y'all care about them so much. We got it over here. I'm pretty sure y'all know that since we built this whole motherfucker. I'm pretty sure we okay without y'all. If y'all want to go back, because y'all was okay with Negroes talking about go back to Africa. Some of y'all yelled that to us. Go back to Africa, Negro. Okay, well, turns out this is Africa. So what the hell is you talking about? It when the earth shifts, it just split us apart from it. But this is Africa. That's why you got pyramids in the Grand Canyon. Yeah, you find all the giants, the Nephilims. They lived over here. Yeah, dropping some knowledge tonight. So yeah, the Ben and Jerry's came out and spoke up, man. And when somebody does that, even though they might have not been involved, I don't know if they were involved or not. That it would have be some research if they gave to black organizations and all this type of nature, did things for the community and all that. I don't know if they did that or not, but it's always a good starting point. And to me, that was a hell of a good start to put your business and your livelihood on the line to speak up like that. Yeah, I don't know if it was for publicities or Ben and Jerry's them ice cream is going down or they ready to gain some black customers because they know. I think that's the way the world is going now. The world is turning black, so eventually y'all gonna have to start catering to that taste. And that's just even though with the attempt to birth control our race, which those letters are the biggest birth control out right now. Them LGBT2 QRS letters. That is the biggest birth control out right now. And even though they are doing that to us, we still are in large number. Okay? So they continue to try other ways. But we won't, you know, that's another podcast, and we will speak on that. But um we have to understand that when somebody speaks up like that, we have to support them. Whether as of now, I think their intentions were good. And long as I think their intentions were good, I support that. And I only support that. It's a step that a lot of companies need to make. Because a lot of these companies are actually companies that have slave money invested in that company that has been there for years. So that slave dollar has generated so many millions of dollars. Lord. And y'all still won't even recognize that y'all stole it. You still won't recognize that this land, you won't even say that, hey, this land was not ours. Y'all won't even say that. One thing about what I respect about Australia that I learned through my friend, that they give praise to the indigenous people of that land. And they actually thank them for allowing them to visit and work and make a living there. Ain't that great? Now that is great. Just imagine if I walk down the street and a white person say, "Hey, hello, Negro man. I just want to thank you for allowing me to live here on your land. It's a beautiful place. You understand? And I just want to stop and thank you for that." Man, what kind of world would it be then? What kind of, you know what I mean? They'll thank us so much, we start getting attitudes. You know how you eat and somebody walk up to your table and want to talk. It's like, hey man, now I can't, I appreciate you now, but I'm having dinner. You thank me after I get through with my food and you see me walking outside. Yeah, man. But I imagine that it would change the environment a little bit. But we can't get that. We can't get that because they got to uphold the lie that they found this place and whoop de whoop de whoop de whoop, so on, so on, so on, so on. But that's the second time that somebody has taken our ideas and made a move on them. We don't own Ben and Jerry's. We don't stand millions and millions of dollars to lose. He do though. And old Ben and Jerry came out and spoke live. I advise y'all to go and look it up. I mean, that boy came real. Y'all doing all this partying on this stolen land? Y'all didn't get them people they shit back. And that's basically how he said it. That's why I love this. Hey man, y'all always popping these firecrackers, jumping around, and drinking whiskey and shit, and most of y'all on boats and yachts and shit. And these niggas in their yard barbecuing and shit. They don't even have a car. And y'all celebrate on all this people stolen land, man. Y'all need to get them people they shit back. Go on, Ben and Jerry. Man, I wanna drink a Miller High Life with you and play some dominoes with you. If hit me up on my email, Ben Jerry, because I'm down with you. Fuck the bullshit. I'm down with you. Now I'm gonna show you how to play some spades. You got to get your card right. We gonna watch the map. You understand me? We gonna watch the five heartbeats. You understand me? And we gonna watch Boys in the Hood. That's gonna be your first program, Ben and Jerry. Both of y'all can come, and we gonna hang out, man, and smoke a little weed. Listen to some Snoop, listen to a little DOC, Tribe Called Quest. And then I ended off with some KRS-One. You definitely got to have some KRS-One in public in it. So y'all holler at Dr. Shep when y'all want to hang out, Ben Jerry. And I think we can mix some Hennessy with some of that ice cream. So y'all holler at me, man. Cause y'all fit. I'm finna go find me a Ben and Jerry t-shirt. Yeah. And I'm gonna suggest that y'all name an ice cream saying, get them people they shit back with macadamia nuts sprinkled on in the M&Ms. Ah, shit. Oh, Billy Jerry got down, man. You hear me? Man, I have been laughing since I seen it. And I've been laughing at the reaction of white folks. White folks is upset. And it's kind of like a guilty upset, you know. Like, what he want us to do? What he want y'all to do? Bitch, say that y'all stole our shit. And slowly start to give our shit back. Or if you ain't gonna give it back, slowly to trickle that money down that you made off this land that you stole. There's several things we can do. We can do a payment plan, but I'd rather have all my money up front. There ain't no telling what'll happen to you people. You understand me? So, I'm totally down with Billy Jerry. I'm gonna get me a t-shirt. And I don't even actually think that I ever had any Ben and Jerry's ice cream. But I am gonna go support him. Yes, I am. I'm gonna get me some Ben and Jerry's because that boy came live. I mean, when he posted it, he should have had Public Enemy playing behind it. Who stole the soul? Yeah, it should have went down like that. So, Ben, Jerry, if y'all need somebody a face of y'all campaign, y'all holler at Dr. Shep. And I'm coming right through. It ain't gonna cost you much. Or you can donate to my favorite, organization, which is me. So, uh, man, we back in the saddle, man, and I've missed y'all. And if we have any new followers, y'all welcome. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. I have totally missed y'all, but man, I've had so much fun since we last talked to each other, and I've had a few bad experiences. Somebody stole my car, stole old Billie Jean. We out on the hunt for her. So, but ain't nothing gonna stop a stepper. You know what I mean? I still got a smile on my face, and I'm still having a time of my life. And I'm having a time of my life with you here on 1.0, baby. We're back. This is the first show of the second season. And on this season, we're gonna actually bring in guests. Can you dig it? I think y'all ready. And we're gonna have Miss Tasha, my co-worker here at podcasting, and we're gonna have one of my other podcast brothers. We're gonna chime in with each other and do a little duo, and we hope y'all enjoy that. We're still have merchandise. If y'all want to get T-shirts, hats, or anything of that nature, please let me know. Uh, the show will be airing like it always have on Friday at 8 o'clock. So y'all start chiming in a little early. Come on in. And I look forward to this season. I look forward to bringing y'all all the up-to-date information on what's up. And I'm going to always tell you some good shit here at the doctor's office, you dig? When you come to see me, you're going to leave feeling better than you did when you came. Can you dig it? Man, I'm so glad that we're back for this second season. I'm so full of subjects to talk about. I'm just trying to moderate myself, just ease us back into the tempo that we were on, which, which is always on 10. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just looking forward to seeing more members and people joining the group and supporting 1.0 here on Black Earth Inc. Can you dig it? And I want to thank my producer Q. She's in the house with me constantly and doing a good job on keeping us live and looking good and sounding good. And the next show will be my birthday show. Yes, it will. My birthday is July the 12th. And I will be celebrating with y'all here at 1.0. Now, on that day, we are actually going to party for an hour here on 1.0. We might go longer than that. That's, special birthday show deserve 2 hours. It'll be a lot of, talking shit, drinking good, smoking good, talking about shit, dancing, music. We're going to do all that for my birthday on 1.0. Now, I don't know if I'll be here in the studio or I'll be out there barbecuing or whatever I'll be doing. I'll be broadcasting live for my birthday show. July the 12th, I think it's on Wednesday, I believe. So we'll be doing it that Friday. So y'all remember that. Unless I just decide to do it on my actual birthday. But I would rather wait on Friday so we can keep our schedule going. And so y'all get ready for that. Because I'm going to freestyle all the way through it. I ain't going to have like no main subjects. It's just going to be my birthday. You know how it go when somebody's birthday. And then I'm in my 50s now. So every birthday is important, which you only really have one. So I'm not celebrating my birthday. I'm celebrating the day I got here. And it just so happened to have a number on it, which is the 12th of July. So that's how we rolling with that. And I want y'all to tune in for that show, man, because, I'm going to try to have some of my family around, some of my friends around, the few that I have. And we all just going to be kicking it. And I'll get them in on whatever conversation that we bring up. So I look forward to that. I'm very excited about it. I'm happy that I made it another year of my life. So I plan to celebrate that with y'all here on 1.0. Can you dig it? So next week will be the second show, and I plan to have a guest. I'll keep you informed on who it is. You'll check out my Facebook page on Facebook. And if you are it's your first time chiming in, you can catch the 1.0 podcast on all the podcast genres: Spotify, iHeart, YouTube, and Facebook, and a few others. So if you can't get me here on Riverside, you can get me on Facebook, you can get me on YouTube, you can get me on Spotify, and you can get me on iHeart for sure. So keep that in mind. And man, y'all keep living and keep loving. And I've enjoyed you tonight. So coming back across the track once again, my friend. I've walked on water. I've walked on land. I got kings and queens that want to shake my hand. Who am I? The doctor. Take one of these and call me in the morning. Peace and love, y'all.
Can't get a game for free. Shit, I got some change on me. Look into my eyes, moving it right. I might just pay the fee. She's cash bleed. Yeah. She got a way of making the block free. Cash bleed. Yeah. Can't get a game for free. Shit, I got some change on me.